Okay. First, I know you guys want to hear about the Janet Jackson Beyonce pending fight because it's going to go down. Because if I was Janet, I feel the exact same way. Beyonce, I love you. Janet, I love you. Both of you all for two different reasons. But for some reason, whenever I have to stand on somebody's side, it always comes on the side of age. And I am so mad at Brett Favre right now. I am so mad. It only lasted for 1 year. I don't even follow basketball, but I know that it's Brett Favre. Is that his name? I just switched topics. He's some sort of hockey player or something. He's a quarterback for the Jets. Yeah. Well, I have to say, he lasted for 1 year. I was so happy. You know, he's like in our age category. He's coming back, leading the team. They gave him the big dough, but he didn't take him to the Super Bowl. And so now he's left or he's leaving. I'm so mad. But I always stick up for my category, if you know what I'm saying. Whenever it's old versus young, I always go with the old. Not that old. Like, I'm not McCain. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, but look, I just want to read this to you and then have you just marinate on this. A furious Janet Jackson is vowing to strike back against Beyonce for publicly ridiculing the way her parents raised her. Beyonce's remarks came out of left field and really stung Janet. In describing her own childhood, Beyonce recently told a reporter, and you know she talks ignorant and dumb, like she needed to have stayed in school as opposed to being pulled out learning how to dip it low. But she does do the good dip, though, right? She does dip good, but I'm saying she could use some lessons. What are you patting your hair over there? Weave itching. Yeah. Intern over there patting. Okay, look. Okay. Beyonce's remark came out of left field and really stung Janet. In describing her own childhood, Beyonce recently told a reporter, I grew up upper class. Now, you can imagine how ignorant and stupid and Negroidian she sounded saying this mess, but okay. Private school, my dad had a Jaguar. We're African American, and we work together as a family, which I really admire. So people assume that we're like the Jacksons. But I didn't have parents that used me to get out of a bad situation. Wow. Well, when Janet heard that, she blew up. She said, they went on to say, yes, Janet and the Jackson family came from Gary, Indiana, and there was a time that they were barely squeaking by, but Janet has many loving memories, a person says, an outsider says, and is incensed by Beyonce that she would make this crack. Janet wanted to know why Beyonce would have mentioned her family. They're not friends. They barely know each other. She feels Beyonce went out of her way to tell the world that she's upper class and, oh, God, I'm sorry, and the Jacksons were like a bunch of dirty gutter rats. Wow. Janet is proud of her family and how they came from nothing and became superstars. Not only is Janet telling everyone who will listen that Beyonce has a lot of growing up to do and that she needs to stop trying to impress everyone, she's also planning to confront Beyonce herself and read her the riot act. And if there was a fight between Janet and Beyonce, who do you think would win? I think Janet would wear her out. Janet with that little docile voice, you know what I mean? Janet has so much pent-up aggression, she would wear Beyonce out. Kits and makeup t-shirts. Now make them Team Beyonce or Team Janet. Kits and Boutique on Robertson in L.A. You're always doing Team Aniston, Team Jolie. Team Paris, Team Nicole. Team Janet, Team Beyonce. You know what? I'm going to call Hef. We need to have these t-shirts. Keep that money in the community. I can't. We'll be back.